It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. No, there is no April Fool's joke. I am not in the mood for April Fool's jokes this year. And April Fool's Day was yesterday. So, anywho. Just getting that out there. So what's on the topic du jour list for today? Well, we'd like to start you off with a little bit of Destiny 2. Basically blasting YouTube for their Takedown system, their whole the whole system, which actually screwed over a friend of mine too recently. So, oh yay, this is not going to end well for anybody. But maybe it'll finally wake YouTube up that they really need to start listening to the creators and listening to the people on your platform and not your shareholders. Then we'd like to kind of saute you a little bit over here with Universal Studios Japan revealing a whole bunch of new attractions. This is actually cool. There's a Monster Hunter World, Attack on Titan, Case Closed, Hunter x Hunter, and Sailor Moon. Because why not? Then for an appetizer, those are your appetizers. For the main course, we'd like to offer you this wonderful crypto gaming, the biggest success story that was scammed out of $600 million. Oh, that's going to hurt in the morning. We have a side of Sony revealing their answer to the Game Pass, which is going to let you, this is the answer to Microsoft's on-demand services, but still, this is their Game Pass that's going to allow you to play old games. For dessert, we have some sad, sour tasty news here in the form of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 being delayed until spring of next year. And for beverages, we offer you Piece Odyssey, the massive announcement that everybody was on their edge of their seats for, and it's just a JRPG. Yay! And that is the specials that we have this week here on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Before we go any further, I'm sure you know the song and dance by now, but sing along if you know the words. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I have a wide variety of stuff for sale. One person's trash is always another person's treasure on the worldwide flea market that is eBay. I mean, come on, where else could you find half the crap that you never knew you existed at decent prices? You can't say Amazon because Amazon will screw you. No, eBay is the place to go because where else could you haggle and try to get a better deal? And some sellers will still try to screw you. But then again, you can find somebody else 2 booths down that has the same thing at a better price and is willing to make a deal. That's right. So come on down to eBay. And while you're on eBay looking around some of the neat stuff that you might be able to find, come on over and check me out on eBay. That's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. You can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes, the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Right here on YouTube, I like, commenting, subscribing, and ringing that notification bell. And don't forget, I actually do have a spring shirt, spring site you can actually come over and check out. There was a link in, I did put a link in last week's afterwards. But yeah, you can go check that out. There's no actual name to it because I'm doing the free version because I don't see this panning out that well. But hey, you never know. But hey, I have some weird shirts on there you might be interested in getting. You know, I get profit. I can always adjust the prices too. So give me some feedback as to whether or not that's good or not. I can always adjust stuff. Let me know. But yeah, that's about all I got. Don't forget, like I said, with the YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification. Oh, that's right. I have Patreon and Ko-fi too. I want to say, I gotta remember to say that. I have to have a list here sometime. But yeah, don't forget though, right here on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to help the channel out, if you want to support us, we do have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/webdesigner18. And we do have a Ko-fi page. So, that's this usual song and dance. Alright, so, how did my week go? This is usually the part where I talk about how my week went, and yeah. Monday was fine. Tuesday was okay. Wednesday, no. Just no. So, Wednesday at work was a tremendous nightmare. I felt like I was the only grown up in an entire daycare full of screaming toddlers. Um, with the exception of my supervisor, but that's another story. And it's just, I really did. I felt like I was so massively out of place, it wasn't funny. And I actually snapped when I came home. I managed to not lose my temper at work. Small little snippets started coming out. I wasn't giving attitude. I was just getting a little annoyed, and you could tell I was getting frustrated. I was giving the aura of leave me the fuck alone. I think the customers realized, like, okay, something's going on here. There's an employee that's looking kind of tense. It's like, no, it's like customer. I think at least like one customer had asked me a question, but sadly we actually didn't have it, so I couldn't. That was the answer I gave him, was that we were out and we actually didn't have it. It's much like yesterday where somebody asked me if we had any rubber snakes or fake snakes, and I'm like, that's all of our gag stuff right there. If it's not there, we don't have it. And that was the exact answer I gave. It's like, that's all of our gag stuff there. And it's like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, that's literally it. And my supervisor was right there when I said that. It's like, I was being honest. That's literally it. I'm not going to walk around all of creation to try to find one. That's literally it. If it's not on the shelf, we probably don't have it. But Wednesday, I was just reaching my breaking point, and then I came home, and I did apologize to my mom then for this. She was, I have to admit this, my mom was a good sport with this. I snapped. Because somebody had asked her to give me a message, and it was just something that it was the final straw that broke the camel's back in a way. And I snapped. And what it basically was is something that I do for the fire company, and the people that I sent it to, my mom ended up talking to earlier in the day, and they're like, hey, can he do this, and this for us? He needs to make a couple changes. And this is like the third time I've had to change this thing, and it finally was just, I snapped. I snapped. I let loose, I just exploded, and that was the end of it. Did I feel bad afterwards? Yeah, about an hour and a half later, I felt horrible. So, yeah, that was great. But, yeah, that was my, pretty much my day on Wednesday. It just built up and built up and built up, then I just snapped. And that was it. Thursday was okay. But then yesterday, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're going to have the inverse now of Wednesday. I'm like, oh, this is the point where I'm going to find out that I'm fired or I got written up or... Knowing by luck, I'm like, I'm going to get written up for something that I really didn't do. They were working on my last and final nerve, and I'm going to get written up for it. I know it. Nope. And the way I worded it to my supervisor is that, we want to have fun where I work at. There's a point between having fun and acting like children, and at this point, I kind of feel like there needs to be an adult. She understood it. I wasn't in any trouble. I didn't technically yell at anybody. It was just the aura I gave off, but she kind of understood where I was coming from, and it's like, yep, not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Like, okay, so I wasn't, I honestly, I wasn't that entirely, I was a little more worried that I was in trouble, but nope, I was good. So I'm like, okay. And that was pretty much yesterday. April Fool's Day is not one of my favorite holidays. The sad part is I used to love April Fool's Day because the one year I put up on Facebook that I was married on April Fool's Day. And I was like, yep, it was a joke. But after watching a lot of YouTubers royally piss me off, including the completionists with their, hey, we're going to put up some April Fool's Day jokes. And they were really tasteless, really, unwelcomed. I would have enjoyed, honestly, if they would have did, especially some of them, if they would have just did like an April Fool's Day joke that kind of fit with what they did. Now, I'm going to go back to the completionist here as an example, because he kind of did I'm going to do a game review of a TV show. Okay, but the thing was that he kind of did it in a way that irked me, because I'm kind of like going into this thinking, okay, I'm going to enjoy this thing. It would have been funny if it would have just been like, hey, I'm going to give an adult-rated game review for, like, Elmo's Number Adventure or something. That to me would have been a better April Fool's Day joke than I'm going to do a game review of a TV series. That's kind of what, turned me off of his channel then. And there's been a few other people. But April Fool's Day is not one of my favorite holidays. Sad part is it used to be, but not anymore. But yeah, that was pretty much my week. Though the wind and the rain that I've had around here are so freaking much of a hatred and an annoyance, it's not even funny. I mean, it was windy as all hell Wednesday, windy as all hell Thursday. Friday, it was pouring early in the morning. It actually woke me up. And I'm like, oh my God, it's pouring down rain. I go to work, it's like drizzling, if not like a small little shower, nothing massive. There wasn't like a monsoon or something going through. Then all of a sudden, it's like nothing. I'm like, what the hell? At least it's not as bad as the dense fog I had the week before. That Friday the week before. And I'm like, the minute the sun started coming up, it made everything worse. It wasn't better, it was worse. It was ironically funny. It wasn't better, it was worse. Much worse. But yeah, so that was pretty much my week. But yeah, let me know how your weeks went in the comments below. And without any further ado, let's get started with your entree du jour here, shall we? Alright, so Bungie's pissed. Now, you're thinking, what exactly is Bungie mad about? Well, Bungie's mad at a lot of things, actually. So, they're mostly mad at YouTube. And at this point, again, you're thinking, okay, where did YouTube touch them, and can they point to it on a doll? Well, no. But that's kind of the thing. Bungie's pissed. They're blasting YouTube's takedown system, which, this is the copyright takedown system, which we, the content creators, have been practically on our hands and knees begging YouTube to do something about. Because this thing has been busted for ages at this point. You can easily copyright claim something. You don't even have to be the owner of it, and you can copyright claim something. So back in March and earlier in March, a bunch of Destiny 2 YouTube videos, including some by high-profile content makers and Bungie themselves, were hit with rogue copyright takedown notices. These were generated by fake Google accounts, which basically created a nightmare. Bungie is now trying to sue the people responsible. It's called out YouTube for getting tricked by the alleged fraudsters in the first place, which YouTube is probably like, hey, look, we're human, we make mistakes. You can't blame us just because you got, your stuff didn't make the upper echelon. It's not our fault. No, it's basically your fault for not having a decent copyright system in the first place. You have to have copyright takedown notices, that's fine. You have to have this and this, that's fine. The concept of this being that, hey, we have, this massive issue. And we, the content creators, have basically been saying this forever. And for those of you that may have subscribed to this channel, there's a YouTuber that I know, Opai Suzaku. He recently got 2 of his channels removed. And I was talking with him last night, and I said, you can fight this, because YouTube gives a reason. They don't just up and say, hey, this is what, your channel's just done. We're not going to give you a reason, it's done. They give you a reason for it. Either you violated the, community guidelines, copyright strikes, violation. They give you a reason. Because without content creators, there is no YouTube. And YouTube has realized this. They at least understand this concept that, look, if we don't have anybody on the platform, we don't have any content creators, there is no YouTube. If there's no YouTube, then there is no money. If there's no money, then Google gets screwed. And if Google gets screwed, we all get screwed. So YouTube realized that, look, we need content creators. We need, stuff on our platform. So what they'll do is they'll tell you, hey, look, you violated this. Like, you violated XYZ. So XYZ is what you violated. Now, because you violated this, YouTube will look at this and go, hey, we'll fix this, we'll work on this, we'll make it better, we can, do something about it, not a problem. And then you can come back with another channel. provided you have the issue fixed that got you terminated in the first place, you might be able to get your channel back, or worse, you have the knowledge of, okay, this is where I went wrong the first time, now I have an idea for what I need to do next time. See, that's the concept in regards to this. Now, for YouTube, you know, this is all they do. It's like, okay, look, you got your videos are taken down, copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim. You know, here you go, you can fight this. Granted, you have that 3 strikes, you're out rule, but you can, I would still say you could probably still fight it yet, because you can go, look, my video was wrongfully terminated, my channel was wrongfully terminated, you can go through this entire ordeal and argue it out. At the end of the day, I don't know what had happened. But that's the one issue. Now, Bungie, though, is trying to sue the people responsible for this. They have called out YouTube for getting tricked by these alleged fraudsters in the first place, and honestly, this might finally be the straw that breaks YouTube's back with the, okay, we got to do something about our copyright system, which, for all of us intents and purposes, it's about fucking time. The Destiny copyright takedown spree began earlier in March, hitting soundtrack videos, cutscenes, and eventually other content, including videos posted by Bungie themselves. Streamers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, like My Name is BYF and Aztec Ross, were hit as well, leading to a mini freakout that Bungie had changed its content maker guidelines. But now, this is the kicker. You can't say that this is Bungie's fault, because if Bungie's own videos are getting yanked down too, okay, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't, no, whoa. This isn't us. This isn't us. This is so not us. It's like having an apartment building, and you have one room in charge of the electric for the entire building, or like one half of the building, the other half of the building, you know, suddenly has no power. It's like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? Whoa, this ain't us. This ain't us. But yeah, definitely. Bungie's, guidelines have been lax. So, for people to go, okay, Bungie's, changed their shit, oh my god, we're screwed. Bungie's enjoying, what this brings them. It's like, look, there are people out there, okay, look, Destiny 2 may not be the world's greatest game, people may not be happy with it, but hey, guess what? We have content creators out there that are playing our stuff, putting up clips, showing stuff. This is, for us, it's free publicity. Because then people are going to go buy the game. That's money for us. And if it's money for us, then that means that we're getting money. Why on God's green earth would we stop this? Yeah. So these actions, though, are not being taken at the request of Bungie or its partners. No, because they're all getting money out of this. Because, like, look, these people, like the high-up YouTubers, the high-profile content creators, they're putting out content. So, of course, you're gonna have this, where it's like, look, they're putting out content. That's getting thousands of views a day. Those thousands of views for us could translate to sales for our game and content and DLC that we're charging for. Why would we want to derail this gravy train on biscuit wheels? This would be suicide. Massive suicide. Why would we want to hurt this? You don't. This is the last thing you'd want to screw is your gravy train on biscuit wheels. Seriously, even I wouldn't be this stupid. Why would you destroy your gravy train on biscuit wheels if you know it's working? Seriously, you don't derail the train. So, they asked everybody to stand by for future updates. Like, look, this isn't us. No way, shape, or form this is us. It's not us, not our partners. We will look into this. So, Bungie's taking matters to court. It's like, look, we've gone through the YouTube route. Fuck the YouTube route. We're just jumping over your heads, and we're going right to a court. This way, you have no choice but to listen to us. This isn't going to be, you're going to sweep this under the rug and go, well, the algorithm, no. See, now we're pissed. Okay? And this pretty much goes to what Suede had said in his video about the show Pro Gambit, with if anything happens with gamers, it's like a mini zeitgeist. And he's not joking in this. He wasn't joking. This is the proof of it. Because now Bungie's going to court. They want to know who's responsible for the rogue takedowns. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what's happening. They want to understand what's going on. They want to take actions because this is hurting them. This is hurting their business, because for them, it's like, look, we're getting free publicity. These content creators are putting up clips. They're putting up gameplay. They're showing stuff, soundtracks. We're getting shit from this. You're screwing us. And instead of going through YouTube, it's like, look, you need to fix this. YouTube's like, look, there's nothing we can do about it. The algorithm. All right, screw you. We're going to jump over your heads. We're going to court. But no, wait. We can, no. You had a chance. You had your chance to figure this out. You had your chance. You sat there, you looked at us like we were on drugs, and you said, no, it's the algorithm. There's nothing we can do about it. Screw you. We're going to the courts now. Now you're going to have to sit back and watch the wheels of justice in action. And just like that, bam, no chance in hell. Now you're screwed. 5 ways from Friday, now you're screwed. There you go. So according to the new lawsuit filed on March 25th and first reported by Torrent Freak, they are searching out the massive amount of people that are involved in this. The complaint was filed in the Western District of Washington, is targeting up to 10 currently unidentified John Does accused of using fraudulent DMCA takedown notices to disrupt Bungie's community of players, streamers, and fans, and causing Bungie nearly incalculable damage. So let's put that into, English. Okay, let's put that in the layman's terms. You're screwing over the people that are putting up our stuff for free, or that we're paying to put our stuff up, as in we're paying them to play our games, we're paying them to, preach about our games, and you're screwing them, you're screwing us, you're screwing the fans, you're costing us money. We are not happy with this. We want your ass, we want it now. And my guess is what they probably did was they filed the complaint against YouTube, because they're going to look at YouTube, they're going to go, we want to know who filed these claims. Well, it was an algorithm. You cannot tell us that this is an algorithm. You have the information, you have it in your back pocket, pull it out, put it on the table, we want to talk about this. And YouTube, once again, just like, no, because we can't, no. Oh, no, that's what the problem is. The studio is still subpoenaing information to uncover the identities of the fraudsters. It says in the lawsuit it believes the rogue takedowns might have been retaliation for Destiny's soundtrack videos Bungie had removed from YouTube earlier in the month. The fraudulent takedowns apparently began a day after the authorized ones were complete. Now, yeah, there are authorized takedowns. Like, look, okay, because in all honesty, for Bungie, it might be like, okay, look, we have people that will put up our stuff. You're not one of them. You can't do this. We have authorized ones that can put this stuff up, that we okay to do this. You're not one of them. So you can't. That's the takedown notices. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, whole bunch of fake Gmail addresses. Boom. There you go. And the whole thing, it doesn't even just affect YouTube. It affects Google in a way as well. So you get screwed 2 different ways here. But it gets weirder, though. According to the lawsuit, at least one of the people seemingly responsible for the rogue takedowns apparently emailed some of the affected YouTube accounts a manifesto explaining why. If you're looking to place blame, place it on YouTube for its sloppy copyright takedown system, and Bungie for ignoring this issue for so long, it reads. Well, here's the thing. It's not exactly wrong. You can't really blame Bungie for this. Bungie basically does what any other intelligent business at the time will do, and that is simply ABC. ABC, ABC. Okay? They'll pay somebody to talk about their game, to promote their game, to play their game. ABC. They're making money off this. They know how the system works. It's like, look, we're going to make money off of this. People can review our game. That's fine. That's fine. That's open policy. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people that love it. We want to have a balance so that people can make a fair judgment. We're not going to go and take down, okay, this reviewer hated our game, gave it a 1 out of 10. No. Oh my God, no. We're going to copyright strike this. If they do that and all of a sudden there's no negative reviews, people are going to realize, okay, they're cooking the books in this case we want people to love our game no matter what. Okay? That's it. They're not that stupid. Because they've seen what that does. May I point you to Reboot the Guardian Code for a prime example. They have seen what that does. Okay? Wholeheartedly, they have seen what that does. So the lawsuit is taking aim at YouTube's overall system for copyright takedowns as well, which Bungie accuses of being easily gamed and hard to set right. Oh yeah, definitely. It is. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. Bungie had to devote significant internal resources to addressing it and helping its players restore their videos and channels. An effort complicated by the fact that while YouTube has a form that allows anyone to claim, represent a copyright holder, and issue copyright strikes, it has no dedicated mechanism for copyright holders who are being impersonated to let YouTube know about the DMCA fraud. As detailed below, this meant that Bungie had to work through several layers of YouTube contacts before it could adequately communicate and begin addressing the problem. In other words, they got sent around the royal runaround of customer service till they finally got to somebody that could help them. All of a sudden, it's like, look, blah, 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 nope, blah, 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 nope, blah, 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 nope. Bingo, that's the one you need. B. You needed B, but you went from A to G, from G to K, from K to Z, from Z to D, from D to N, from N to Q, from Q to T, and then from T to C, and then C's like, whoa, wait a minute, I know who can help you with this, and they sent you to D. There you go. Or they sent you to G. That's basically what it was. They gave them the royal runaround. So according to Bungie, it first contacted the representative for its YouTube account on March 19th, but it got an out-of-office response. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. It then reached out to Google's head of games publishers and got another out-of-office response. A day later, it was still throwing emails into the void until YouTube's director of gaming publishers and commerce content partners eventually responded and asked if Bungie had filled a help desk ticket. It wasn't until March 22nd that YouTube responded saying it had taken action against the fake accounts and reversed the fraudulent takedowns. Dear YouTube, move faster. You have a whole legion of ass-kissing yes-men at your disposal. And if you're hiring more people that you need to have that can do this remotely, put a thing out online. I'm pretty sure anybody with an ounce of intelligence can easily look through a guideline, look through this, see if the email accounts are legitimate. If they're not, bingo, red flag. If it doesn't violate the copyright stuff, bingo, red flag. You just need manual people to review this. If you need more bodies, consider putting a little more money. Consider putting out jobs. Put that out as a job thing. You can be remote. I'll even apply for it because it's not rocket science. If A doesn't equal B and if B doesn't equal C, then D tells you it's wrong. It's that simple of a concept. You know, it's 2 plus 2 is not fish. So they reversed the fraudulent takedowns on the 22nd. Now, for these large streamers and large gaming content creators, that's a huge amount of time that they were screwed. Which means that there goes a lot of your trust in YouTube. And YouTube right now needs a crap ton on it. Okay? And I mean, they need a crap ton. All right? But this is just a joke here at this point. And it always has been. So apparently, according to a quote here, thanks to YouTube's easily gained reporting system, the attack was a success and the videos were removed. And YouTubers giving copyright strikes that under YouTube's rules threaten the future viability of their YouTube channels. On the basis of the fraudulent takedown notices, Bungie's lawyers write, while the lawsuit doesn't target YouTube, it does say that initiating civil proceedings was the only way to get Google to share information on the identities of the alleged pranksters. Basically, YouTube was like, look, we can't touch this. And Google's like, give them what they want. But you don't understand. It's just an algorithm issue. We're still trying to figure out what caused it. Give them what they want. They're suing the fuck out of us. It doesn't matter at that point. You don't understand it. That's it. We're going to give them what they want. We're going to do an end run over here. We're going to give them what they want. And all of a sudden, it's like, look, here's the list of the people. Take them to court. There you go. Here's the list. Go for it. We'll reinstate the channels. We'll wipe the slate clean. We apologize profusely. Get on your hands and knees and beg them, damn it. It's good. This is Google to YouTube. Google's basically at this point telling YouTube, get on your hands and knees, beg them for forgiveness. You have no fucking choice. Yeah, it's just a joke here at this point. And their copyright system has always been a joke. DMCA takedown claims are a mess online, especially on YouTube. They've become easily weaponized and lead to a lot of headaches for content creators whose work relies on commentary, remixes, or parodies of source material they don't own. Hence why there's the entire thing a lot of people will put up in their videos. This video is protected under whatever the copyright law is in the US. They actually usually put up the exact law. This is up for review or parody purposes. We are protected under this. Of course, it doesn't work for everything, but there you go. But it's easily weaponized. I don't doubt that at all. As the Destiny 2 fiasco shows, it can also create issues for service games that rely enthusiastically on the communities of fans to drive the sort of engagement that funds them to keep them going. It's a reminder that content creators are ultimately at the mercy of the platform and game companies they produce content for. At this point, Bungie's probably like, whoa, wait a minute. We did not do anything wrong here. We're on their side. We pay them to put our shit out there. We are okay with this. You want to have video footage of our thing up? You want to have like this little makeshift adventure? You're giving people ideas for what to do in our game that might encourage them to buy our game. Why would we derail our gravy train on biscuit wheels? We're not stupid. We're not morons. But Bungie declined, though, to give a comment on the article. However, a spokesperson for YouTube provided the following statement. This is interesting. We take abuse of our copyright takedown process seriously and terminate tens of thousands of accounts every year for violating our policies, which prohibits submitting false information in a takedown request. We'll continue our work to prevent abuse of our system, and we're committed to taking appropriate action against those who knowingly misuse our tools. Now, in English, that's the company line. That's basically, okay, we got caught with our hands in the cookie jar and our pants on the floor. Our system is not the world's greatest. We're openly telling you this. We fucked up. We're openly telling you this. We have no chance in hell of this getting better. We're openly telling you this. Here's the thing. We're sorry. We're going to work to make it better. We apologize out of our ass how bad this was. And, yeah, we'll do everything we can. Okay, there you go. Hopefully this will finally wake YouTube up to the concept even that their content system is beyond a doubt flawed. If you have a system like this, I don't understand how difficult it is to have a working system like this. It's really easy to figure out a workaround and a two-point solution. You have a verification system. You have two-factor verification now for accounts. What could be really easy is for YouTube to just go, hey, look, 2-point authorization, 2-point verification, 2-point this, 2-point that, and you have the solution. Hands freaking down. No? I guess not. But there you go. That's the general gist of it. Anyway, but who knows what will happen now going forward? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But, yeah, that's all I know right now. All right. So Universal Studios Japan, they have revealed some interesting new attractions coming out. COVID restrictions and social distancing have hit a lot of theme parks hard. Let's be honest here. A lot of theme parks kind of had their time in the sun, and I think the sun's starting to set on them. But Universal Studios Japan is getting back on its feet and offering some new cool attractions. There are 5 new attractions they want to bring attention to, and each attraction gets a short teaser video, which you can actually pull up in the article here. It actually is pretty cool. There's a Monster Hunter World Iceborne XR Walk. You need to be at least somewhat physically strong for this attraction, though, because it has you in about 18 pounds worth of gear for almost half an hour. You'll get to pick a weapon and hike around a snowy landscape in a virtual reality where you fight the Velkhana. Not gonna lie, that actually sounds pretty badass. Sure, I was gonna walk around with like 18 pounds worth of shit on me, but I get to fight a virtual beast? Sign me up! Where do I sign? Let's go! Yeah! Sign me up. Where do I go? There's an Attack on Titan XR ride, as described as a rerun of the 2020 Attack on Titan attraction. It mixes both an actual ride and virtual reality, where you try not to get eaten by the Titans. Good luck with that. There's also a really cool one here. This is what got my attention in the article. There is a case closed, or Detective Conan for those of you over in Japan. So there are 4 parts to Detective Conan World. You can do a murder mystery meal at the Detective Conan Mystery Restaurant, do an escape room challenge with Detective Conan the Escape, go on the roller coaster Detective Conan X Hollywood Dream the Ride, which includes a story apparently, and sleuth with the Detective Conan Mystery Challenge. So first of all, that's cool. There's 4 different things you can do with Detective Conan. All right. See, look, that's a franchise that's surviving the test of time. You can always do stuff with this one. This is so cool. Personally, I mean, I'm not much for escape rooms, but I wouldn't mind doing the mystery challenge. Of course, it'd probably be really easy because they want to have kids being able to solve this, obviously. So there's also a Hunter x Hunter thing, which definitely got my attention too. So there's a Hunter x Hunter The Real 4D, in which you can see a brand new 3D fight between characters Gon and Hisoka. And the video for this, like, it's only 26 seconds long. Oh my god, this is really cool. So you can actually see Gon and Hisoka duking it out using Nen. It is just, holy crap, it's beautiful. It's like you're right there watching this. If they would pull something like this with Dragon Ball Z, like if Universal Studios Japan could get Dragon Ball Z and get the okay from like Shueisha and Toei and all that, oh my god, could you imagine that? Having Goku versing Frieza in this format, in 4D. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the greatest moment in history. Better yet, hey look, you can have a 4D experience with people sitting in an audience. We're one step closer to actually having duel monster competitions in actual stadiums. This is one step closer to making that a possibility. If that happens, I want to get into professional dueling, because that'll be epic if we can finally get that. But that definitely shows you what can happen here. But of course, last but not least, there's this Sailor Moon the Miracle 4D Moon Palace Chapter Deluxe attraction. That's a mouthful and a half, actually. Jesus, that's a mouthful. This attraction is going to be a 4D movie that's a deluxe version of their Sailor Moon 2019 attraction. If you're done solving mysteries, lugging gear, and trying not to get eaten by titans, or you just don't want to watch Gon and Hisoka duke it out in 4D, which, why would you not want to watch that? That is like badass moment right there. You can settle for an original story starring Sailor Pluto, Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Saturn, and Chibi Moon. I'll pass, thank you. You got the not even the B list. You got the C list characters. I'll pass, thank you. In the story, Sailor Moon needs to be saved and then powered up into Super Sailor Moon. Okay, so she needs to be saved. So she's now basically your DID, your damsel in distress. Okay, no. I'm out, thank you. I mean, mostly for the fact that you literally, it's the C team. If it would be the B team of the Sailor Scouts, basically, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, I could be like, all right, I'm all for this. Let's watch them save Sailor Moon. Okay, it's what Sailor's was it again? Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and Chibi Moon. Okay, so you got her daughter, Sailor Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn. So you basically have the C team and Chibi Moon taking on the concept. No. I'm sorry. For me, they're the C team. They are the C team. The B team of the Sailor Scouts, they're the C team. Okay? They are the C team. I'm sorry. They're the C team. The B team are the 4 main Sailor Scouts: Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars. And yes, I know I put Jupiter before Mars. I know how it goes in the solar system, but I don't like Mars. I'm sorry. They're the B team. These four are the C team. And of course you have her daughter, Chibi Moon. No. I never understood that whole concept of the whole, my daughter from the future came back in time to be with me, and I have to pretend she's my cousin, and it's like, none of this makes any sense! Welcome to the world of Sailor Moon! None of it makes sense! But yeah, no, out of all these, I would probably be gung-ho for either the Detective Conan one or the Hunter x Hunter one. Definitely, though, the Hunter x Hunter one, because, I mean, you could have other battles, too. You could have, like, Killua versus Gon. That would be an interesting concept to watch. But Gon versus Hisoka, that'd be pretty cool to watch. Of course, like I said, for how they have it in this, there are seats. You're watching this, as you're seated in a theater, you're watching this, and it's in 4D. We're one step closer, with 4D, to having Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments like they had in the series, where a big, massive tournaments. We are one step closer. I'm all for that. I really am. Definitely all for it. At this rate, hell, I'm all for it. I'm not going to lie. I'd be grateful for it. Have this with Dragon Ball Z, like I said, Goku versus Vegeta, or even Goku versus Frieza. Could you see that in 4D? In 4D! All of a sudden, you're literally there watching this happen in front of you. Like, you could reach out and touch them. And then all of a sudden, it's like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life! You could have that in a freaking stadium and sell tickets. You would make a crap ton of money. Oh my god, that would literally be like a crap ton of money you'd be making by the second. And be like, oh my god, it's a crap ton. Oh my god, we're gonna be rich, we're gonna be rich, we're gonna be rich. Jesus Christ. I would be doing that, by the handful. But then again, that's just me. As far as the Sailor Moon one's concerned, no. No, I'm out on the Sailor Moon one. I'm out on the Attack on Titan. Monster Hunter World I would probably consider. Or I'd probably consider that, but the other two, no. So for me, if I would be going over to Universal Studios Japan, and I would be wanting to go into these events, I would definitely do the Hunter x Hunter and Case Closed ones would definitely be on the top of my list. Monster Hunter World would be a solid third. The other two would be, if the other attractions are closed, and I really gung-ho about this, I'll go to those, but otherwise, no. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But either way, this is kind of interesting, though. But you can check out, like I said, the videos are in the article here. They are pretty cool. But yeah, I would definitely be checking that out. If you're over in Japan or you're planning a trip over to the land of the rising sun, I would definitely check that out if you get a chance. It's pretty interesting. All right, with the ever-growing thing of crypto and all this other stuff and NFTs finally starting to die, you would assume that there wasn't really any massive success stories, but you'd be wrong. Crypto gaming's biggest success story was scanned out of $600 million. The NFT-based battler Axie Infinity suffered a major hack. It was a Pokemon-style NFT battler, Axie Infinity, and it's one of the biggest success stories in the world of crypto gaming. It's now responsible for one of the biggest thefts in the history of the technology. $600 million. Somebody call the cops. Somebody call anything at this point. The gaming focused on blockchain Ronin network. It announced earlier that the Axie Infinity exploit allowed a hacker to drain roughly $600 million worth of cryptocurrency from the network. 600 million. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, God. There has been a security breach in the Ronin network, the company announced on its Substack, and they discovered that on March 23rd, Sky Mavis's Ronin Violator, validator nodes and Axie DOA validator nodes were compromised, resulting in 173,600 Ethereum and 25.5 million USDC drained from the Ronin bridge in 2 transactions. The person responsible allegedly used hacked private keys to order the fraudulent withdrawals. How, you ask? According to Ronin, the hacker found a backdoor through our gas-free RPC node, which they abused to get signatures for the Axie DOA validator. Basically, the Ronin sidechain for games like Axie Infinity uses 9 validator nodes to prevent fraudulent transactions. However, in November, due to overwhelming demand by new Axie players, they gave special privileges to Sky Mavis, the company behind the game, so it could sign transactions on its behalf. That was a mistake. Then again, hindsight's 2020. Released back in 2018, Axie Infinity has exploded in popularity in certain quarters of the internet with the rise of NFTs and market speculation around blockchain gaming and the metaverse. Part critter collectathon, part deck building battle game, Axie Infinity claimed 1.8 million daily users last year and broke $4 billion in lifetime NFT sales earlier this year. Now it seems to have paid a price for its rapid growth, cutting security corners to rapidly service new users. The Axie DOA allow listed Sky Mavis to sign various transactions on its behalf, according to Ronin. It was discontinued in 2021 in December, but the allow list access was not revoked. That should have been the first thing that they would have done. At least, in my opinion, that's the first thing I would have done. Let's revoke that. Once the attacker got access to the Sky Mavis system, they were able to get the signature from the Axie DOA validator by using the gas-free RPC. Ronin has apparently locked down accounts while it continues its investigation into the hack, meaning no one can get their funds out, even as the price of RON and the network's native token has reportedly plummeted more than 25%. Yeah, no shit. Weird how cryptocurrency networks championed for their security and decentralization kept getting burglared. Last August, a hacker made off with over $600 million from the Poly network through many of the funds. Though many of the funds were later returned, in January, hackers withdrew more than $30 million from Crypto.com in what the company initially referred to as a low-key incident. Most of the funds were restored as well. It remains to be seen what will happen with this latest crypto breach. It's not good, especially for people that are really wanting this to take off. That's not a good thing. Oh my God. Not a good thing. Not a good thing right now. But yeah, it's just ironic. It got hacked. It gets hacked by a backdoor that you should have nailed shut and then put cement over. So that's the first thing that always... I mean, did nobody ever watch the movie War Games? I remember the War Games. Anybody remember the movie War Games? I could watch that again. It's always free on YouTube. I could watch that again. In the movie, Matthew Broderick's character got access to this super powerful, government machine through a back door that they should have nailed shut. Permanently sealed with steel nails and bolts. But yeah, I mean, for $600 million, that's a bird. That's a bird. That's a massive bird. That's a huge bird. Massive bird. But weird shit happens, but by God, that is a bird. That is a bird, a bird. That if it's just a bird, that hurts. You need some ointment for that. Oh, God. That was funny, though. It's funny in a cosmic sort of way, because it's their own hubris, it's their own downfall. They didn't take the proper precautions for having backdoor access. They didn't, close off. I would have first off revoked the allow list, taken that out immediately, then before December's end date came, then I would have been completely gone, problem solved. Hindsight is 2020, but still, that would have, at least in common sense, been first thing. Okay, we're gonna revoke the allow list. Like, I would have did it like November or something, like November, like literally the last day of November, November 31st. I would have did that. Boom! Now it's revoked. You can't access. There's no more of an allow list for you. The end of the month, that's it. Problem solved. No. Backdoor open. It's like it's a backdoor that's wide open. Like, you're basically putting this massive security system on your front door. I mean, it's got laser tripwires, electrified net. It'll shoot these, like, solid black orbs at you that'll swell up like Mr. Incredible, like what happened to Mr. Incredible when he was on Syndrome's Island. That's all you're putting at the front door. Your back door is just a screen door that you figure nobody's going to try to get into. And there it is. That's your entire security system. And how'd you get in? The back door was wide open. That's a painful bad moment, folks. All right. So Sony has its answer to Microsoft's Games on Demand service. Sony's finally like, you know what? All of a sudden, I guarantee you somebody was probably like, hey, look, Microsoft's going to be offering this Games on service. This Games on Demand service. And Sony was probably like, hold my beer. Where are you going? I'm going to go put an end to this. I'm going to give them my answer. Hold my beer. I'll be right back. Yeah, so forget Netflix for games. Yeah, screw that crap. Fuck Netflix entirely. This conversion, this conversation to watch this week for his Hulu for games. Yeah, no. Yeah, Sony has finally lifted the curtain on its eagerly anticipated overhaul of the PS Plus and PS Now, formerly known under the codename Spartacus. Yeah, the Spartacus. Spartacus, my ass. The new service has 3 tiers. The middle level adding over 400 PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games to download, and the third and most expensive at $120 a year, additionally letting subscribers play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Portable games from Sony's backlog catalog. Now, are these the backlog catalogs that they still own the rights for? Or are these ones that they can easily put out and nobody ever played before? I mean, unless you have some high-level ones on here, I don't see this panning out. I think that's just me. The current PlayStation Plus will come to exist as the lowest tier to somewhat confusingly be called PlayStation Plus Essential. This will keep the 2 free monthly games and various bonuses current users are familiar with for the same $10 price tag. Hey! At least they're keeping shit normal. They're not pulling a Crunchyroll and yanking out the ad-free ads from you. No, it's still $10 a month. You still get the 2 free games. We're not horrible here. As expected, the new setup will ditch the PS Now name and instead merge that into the second tier, PlayStation Plus Extra. Plus Extra, oh god. This is essentially their Game Pass equivalent with all the essential tier stuff and up to 400 PS4 and PS5 games now available to download. That will match Microsoft's Game Pass Ultimate monthly price at $15 a month. So for an extra $5, you can play PS4 and PS5. But if you want to do $120 a year, PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP. So see, $120 a year, I get to play a whole backlog of catalog games. Or for $10 a year, I get to do this. Yeah, it might even just be $10 a month. Well, it's probably $10 a month. So it's still not bad. Well, then again, wait a minute. Actually, it would be cheaper just doing the $120 a year. If you think about it, you're still paying the same price. If it's $10 a month times 12 months, you're still essentially paying $120 a year, but you're only getting the bare minimum. So if you're paying $120 a year, you'd be better off just doing the $120 a year full-on service and just get every single game, get the whole old school back stock. If you're paying $120 a year already, you're better off just playing the older games. Say, screw the newer shit. Go back to the classics. But finally, though, there's the PlayStation Plus Premium. Premium. Why is it with everybody at premium? It's premium, dude. Premium. Yeah, no. Yeah. All right. So this includes the 2 previous levels. Okay, so you're getting the basic level, the medium level, and the premium level, all for $120 a year. I'm sorry. If I'm already paying you $120 a year for 2 free games, plus, what was it for the bear thing here? Various bonuses, the 2 free monthly games for the same $10 price tag. The PlayStation Plus Essential. So I'm assuming that's $10 a month. You're already paying $120 a year at that point if it's $10 a month. For $120 a year, you can just go to the premium, and it's the same freaking shit. Oh, you get more in the premium. You get PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP, plus the first 2 levels. So you get the backlog of catalogs up to 340 PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games to cloud stream, plus the other 2 levels, which gives you PS4 and PS5, up to 400 PS4 and PS5 games. So that's 740 games, all for the low price of $120 a year, $10 a month. I'm sorry, that's a much better offer here. And you still get 2 free games, I'm assuming, because you get the other 2 tiers, so you get 2 free games, so that's 742 games a year. 742 games you have access to for $120 a year. Do they actually think before they put this stuff up? Because that is like the best bargain ever. Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. All right, so PlayStation Plus Essential. Okay, here's the full details of this. But let me go back here. All right, blah blah blah. As well as the ability to cloud stream PS4 games, it'll let you stream your games to your PC. Okay, so the PlayStation Plus Premium will also allow you to stream your games to PC and provide limited time trials of games before you buy them. Ooh, nice. Okay, so here's the full details on this entire system. So these are the 3 tiers. You get, for PlayStation Plus Essential. It provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today. It's 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for save games, and online multiplayer access. There are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. $10 a month, $24.99 quarterly, or $59.99 yearly. Okay, so that one you're paying $60 a year. Okay, that's actually not bad. PlayStation Plus Extra provides all the benefits of the Essential tier. Adds a catalog of up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play. $14.99 a month, $39.99 quarterly, $99.99 yearly. Or, since you're already essentially paying $120 a month, if you go by the month, all right, so it's basically $9.99 a month, you're basically paying $10 a month. Times 12 months, you're paying $120 already. You might as well just go for the PlayStation Premium and do the $119.99 yearly instead of the $17.99 monthly. Because the PlayStation Plus Premium provides all the benefits from the Essentials and Extra tiers. Adds up to 340 additional games. So you get all the stuff from the other 2 in the Premium, including, you also get 340 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming, a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, so basically the PS1, the PS2, and the PSP generations. It's offering cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the Extra and Premium tiers in markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using the PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. Time-limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try the games before they buy them. $17.99 a month, $49.99 quarterly, or $119.99 yearly. If you're already paying by the month, you're paying essentially, even if you get the El Cheapo tier, you're still paying $120 a year. So why not just pay the $120 yearly cost for the PlayStation Plus Premium and get all the shit included? They didn't think this one through. It's like, look, it's like you think everybody's Zoidberg in this point. It's like, oh, I'm a crafty consumer. I'll take 8. No, because look, even if you go yearly, 2 years worth of the PlayStation Plus Essential at $59.99, so you'd have to do 2 years worth. That doesn't even give you, it's the same price as if you would have just paid for 1 year of the PlayStation Plus Premium and get all the shit included. You're already, if you pay it by the month, you're already paying $120. I would just pay the $120 a year and get the premium. The new service is going to roll out on the PS4 and PS5 in the first half of 2022. It's starting in Asia in June and will roll out into the US and Europe after that before becoming available to the rest of the world. The service will also include the following games when it launches: Death Stranding, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal. Essentially, the new PS Plus combines the best aspects of Sony's other two subscription programs, PS Plus and PS Now. It's an answer to the Game Pass Microsoft's immensely popular games on demand subscription for Xbox and PC. This thing was originally codenamed Spartacus. Yeah, well, they're all Spartacus. The hell came up with that name? The idea was to merge PlayStation's subscription under one tidy umbrella. Well, they did a damn good job of that. Marrying the game's on-demand library of PS Now with the free monthly games of PS Plus. It will also give access to game demos at the top tier and rapidly fading relic of an era of digital ownership. This isn't actually a bad thing. You get first-party exclusive games like the forthcoming God of War Ragnarok, which won't be available as a day one release on the service. So, yeah. Yeah, the first-party exclusive games like forthcoming, so it's not going to be available as day one. It's not going to be available on day one. But that's a stark contrast to the key selling point for the Game Pass. Microsoft reveals all first-party games like Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 immediately upon launch. Yeah, and how many of those need day one patches that they end up having to play through? So this is definitely an interesting move, I'm not going to lie. In all honesty, like I said, if you want to figure out which is the best option, you're already paying $120 a year if you do it by the month. Granted, okay, if I do a yearly subscription of the basic program, it'd be $60 a year. Yeah, but all you get is what? Whatever the PlayStation Plus members are getting now, basically 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage. You'd be better off just paying the $120 a year if you're already doing it by the month. I mean, if you're like, look, I pay it by the month because I don't really know if I want to play it or not, if I don't really know if I want to have it or not, I just go, hey, look, I'm just going to let me try a year. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh my god, there's a whole good backlog. I can play all these old games. Oh my god, I love this. Yeah, there you go. It'll probably end up paying for itself in the long run. But still, interesting nonetheless. I will not lie. Do I think this is going to be a massive success story for Sony? No. Do I think it's going to be an interesting concept for Sony? Yes. But, I mean, seriously, I would just go for the premium. Seriously, just go for the premium. Alright, so remember how Nintendo had put out an entire list of this is the stuff that we're going to have available, this is the stuff that's coming out in 2022, and they had Breath of the Wild and it had TBD? Well, it's not coming out anymore this year. Nope, Breath of the Wild has been delayed to spring of 2023. Uh-oh. Yep. Series producer E.G. Onuma, I hope I pronounced that right, shared a new video to address the release timing, which is being pushed back to spring of 2023, or to a spring of 2023 window. As they put it, in order to make the game's experience something special, the entire development team is continuing to work diligently on this game. So please wait a bit longer. Check out the full video below, but yeah, basically that's the gist of it. So it's being delayed. No big surprise there. I mean, this does happen. And I like how a lot of people are probably like, oh my god, no, this is horrible. No, 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 no. This can't happen. This happens all the time. Because there's probably people that are out there, or even some of the creators that are probably like, look, this was an issue that the players had the last time with the first game. And we're basically putting it right back into this. They didn't like it the first time. We really need to overhaul this. You have the the testers that work for the company that are probably looking at this going, look, there's an issue with this. There's a problem with this. It's not working right. We need to fix this. And then all of a sudden they bring it up like at the weekly meeting or so. It's like, yeah, well, we have an issue. We have to recode ABC, or we have to recode this. And what they're thinking of is, well, if we don't recode it, we're not going to have a chance here. Or, well, we got to recode it because... And then there's like a long slew of a reason. Now, what ends up happening is twofold. Basically, either they'll ignore it and then the game comes out, there's an issue, and the players immediately catch on it. Or, worst case scenario, it's delayed a few months and, you just have to be patient and wait. Sometimes it's worth the excitement, though. Look at Cyberpunk 2077 for an example, and it's not a good thing. But still, it's not that bad of a concept in this case, because they're trying to make the game better. You have the entire development teams continuing to work diligently on the game. So it does mean that, look, we're not doing this because we ran out of money. We're not doing this because we're running into issues. We're doing this because we're having problems with the concept. We're having problems with the game. We're having problems with, everything that's going on here. So we have to push it back a year. We got to push it back to like springtime of next year. That's our window. Whether or not we'll hit the window, we don't know, but that's when it's going to be. We're sorry for the problem. We're sorry for the, issue that has happened. We do apologize, but hey, this happens. It does. There's nothing you can do about it. So you just have to wait a little longer. It's not that big of a deal, but the Legend of Zelda series producer put out the update. Share about the launch time of the sequel. So that's basically all it is. You're just gonna have to wait until next year. But there's other things you can play though Zelda-wise in the meantime. You can go back to old school Zelda, play like on the NES. You can do Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, The Wind Waker. Seriously, I don't know why people hate The Wind Waker. That was actually one of my favorite Zelda games. I never finished it, but it was still pretty good. But you got The Wind Waker, you have Twilight Princess, you have the first Breath of the Wild. Go back through and see, do a little challenge for yourself. See if you can beat Breath of the Wild with only using a chicken. I don't know. See if you can beat Breath of the Wild without... Challenge yourselves. See if you can do something interesting. Then you'll understand, then you'll have like a much better grasp of the game mechanics by the time the new game comes out. Like, go back and challenge yourselves. Like, can I beat Breath of the Wild only using, the jump command or something? Can I beat Breath of the Wild only using a bucket? Can I only beat it with a chicken? Figure out a challenge for yourselves. And challenge yourselves with the game. Otherwise, just go back, play like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. There's a whole slew of other Zelda games you can play. A whole slew of them. Like I said, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, a whole bunch of them out there. Go try some of them. See what happens. See what comes. You never know. You might find something interesting. You never really know until you try. So I would give it a shot. But otherwise, that's, it's sad, but it's delayed until 2023. I mean, there's nothing more you can do about it. Still, it's still coming. It's just you have to be patient and wait a little longer. That's all. Alright, so everybody remember that big announcement that I was talking about last week for One Piece? Well, it's a JRPG. Gee, big fucking shocker right there, huh? Yep, so move over, Mario, because Monkey D. Luffy and his Straw Hat Pirates, with the exception of Jinbei, because for some reason the creators don't like Jinbei, and I don't know why. Jinbei's the best goddamn character that the One Piece crew has! I'm sorry, I kind of got a little pissed off there. I mean, there's a few other characters that aren't bad, but Jinbei's pretty cool. I don't know why everybody hates Jinbei so much, but yeah. There's an upcoming new game. It's called One Piece Odyssey. It's a JRPG from Bandai Namco and ILCA. the developers behind Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, already, not, okay, I'll give the benefit of the doubt for now, I guess, but, see what happens. The premise, though, is as follows. After being swallowed by a huge storm, the Straw Hats are separated on a mysterious island filled with imposing creatures. To make matters worse, their ship, the Thousand Sunny, is destroyed. No! Oh my god, this is horrible. Wait a minute, do we have Frankie? We have Frankie. Okay, he can rebuild the ship. It's not a problem. We have our ship, right? He can rebuild the ship. Yeah, so, oh yeah, and Luffy is missing his iconic cat. Okay, now we gotta stop what we're doing. Fuck the ship. Fuck the ship. We gotta stop what we're doing. Luffy's lost his straw hat. Nope. No, we gotta find that hat. Find the hat. Find the hat. We find the hat first, then, and only then we will work on fixing the ship. We find the hat first. The hat must come first. So in One Piece Odyssey, you can play as Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, and Brook. Sorry, Jinbei. Which annoys me because you're kicking Jinbei out again. You explore dungeons, team up against enemies, and unearth the mystery around the island. Oda did contribute, though, to One Piece Odyssey by creating new characters and monster designs exclusively for the game, which is pretty interesting. Katsuki Suzuku, One Piece Odyssey's producer, said the team had collaborated with Oda for the past 3 years of development. He helped create a full-blown RPG with an authentic One Piece feel. So yeah, in an interview, Suzuki revealed that the concept of One Piece Odyssey as a full-blown RPG came about after he realized the genre translated well with the legendary escapades found within One Piece's story. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. They have devoted themselves to creating an in-game One Piece experience that encompasses the epic adventure to experience the One Piece world. Yeah, the fruit of his long-term collaboration is One Piece Odyssey. The announcement comes as part of the series' 25th anniversary, which is as long as the author of the article has been alive. Jesus Christ, man. One Piece is 25 years old. Holy Christ. The game looks promising, not only for how well its announcement trailer recreates the bombastic action sequences of the series through its RPG mechanics, but also in how appropriate its beautifully and thrilling music is. This comes as no surprise since One Piece Odyssey's composer also worked on the beautiful music in the games like Dark Soul and the Tales of series. So it does look pretty good, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you got Nami, you got Robin, you got Luffy, Usopp, Sanji. They're all basically looking like 3D character renders of themselves. Oda appears to share this sentiment as well. At the beginning of the announcement trailer is a message from Oda giving Odyssey a stamp of approval. May not be a good idea to give it too early, but alright, whatever. With the same fervent excitement he gave to the upcoming live-action Netflix series. Again, I would not be going around stamping your seal of approval. I mean, you can take a couple hits, but if something really tanks, they're going to come back to you and go, you okayed this. You gave this your stamp of approval. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I thought to myself, wasn't it like 3 years ago when I designed the characters? Oda said in a statement in the announcement trailer. But when I actually saw the game, wow, I felt like I was watching a movie. What incredible immersion. Oh, okay, yeah, come on. That's definitely got to be a stage line there from Oda. So as a born-again One Piece fan, though, the author of the article goes, they're chomping at the bit to immerse themselves in One Piece Odyssey. Not only to play as their waifu, Nico Robin, hey, I gotta admit, she is intelligent, and she would be the one that would protect you no matter what. She can, she can create body parts basically on the ground and catch people. Yeah, no, she's a good one. But also to have the privilege of personally playing as part of reassembling the crew. Basically, we're getting the band back together. Get the band back together. Yeah, after experiencing the crew's similar separation in the aftermath of the Sabaody archipelago in the manga and the anime, you best believe that they're putting things into gear fifth to get them get their ragtag group of freedom fighters back together again upon the One Piece Odyssey's release. For those of you that don't know what happened and you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about with Sabaody Archipelago, the crew went to Sabaody to get their ship coded to go down to the Fishman Islands. Unfortunately, when they got to Sabaody, they found out that Cammy, a friend of theirs, was taken hostage and she was put up on the slave auction. They decided to go and rescue her. In the process, they came across the celestial dragons, which are basically the gods of the world, although that will soon be changing massively if you follow the manga. And what ended up happening was Luffy decked the one. Royally punched the SOB right in the face, knocked him on his ass, and basically set off a chain reaction amongst the world of, oh my god, he dare attack God! Yeah, well, screw them. This basically did not bode well with the rest of the group, as they were now having to fight for their lives. However, this is where we were introduced to Rayleigh, who was also on the slave market, broke free, saved Cammy, knocked out a majority of the people, and helped the Straw Hats try to escape. Unfortunately, because of Luffy's actions by punching the Celestial Dragon, they ended up getting confronted by one of the Navy admirals, Kizaru. It was Kizaru. And what ended up happening was they were separated after Bartholomew Kuma once again approached them and used his paw ability and shot them to different sections of the world. Basically, Robin ended up with the Revolutionary Army, Frankie ended up near Dr. Vegapunk's lab, Usopp landed up on Bowen Islands, Nami ended up on a Weather Institute in the sky, Chopper ended up with a bunch of on an island with a whole bunch of animals and other creatures that were helping him. Sanji ended up on New Karma Island, or on I think it was New Karma Island or Karma Island, one of the two. Where Imperial and Blanco lived. It's where he ended up. Zoro ended up with Zoro ended up with Mihawk, and Brook ended up with some weird people. And their plan was to separate, as Luffy had yelled to them, separate, run away, separate, get back to the Sunny in 3 days, and, we'll get the hell out of Dodge. We're not strong enough to take these guys on, we're too weak. Unfortunately, that plan didn't work, and they ended up getting separated by Kuma, Luffy being sent to Amazon Lily, which jump-started his little escapades to try to save Ace, who was going to be executed, which started the whole Marineford war between the Whitebeard pirates and the Navy, and yeah. But 2 years later, they all reunited on Sabaody Archipelago, now stronger, more powerful, and more adept to handling the concepts of the New World and the people that they would be facing in the New World, like the Admirals and the hockey users. And there you go. So, yeah, they were separated at Sabaody. If you ever watched the anime or you read the manga, Sabaody is where they were separated. And it was really sad and tragic how they were separated because Luffy was literally trying to save them and he couldn't save them. And every time he got near one of them, Kuma had instantly pawed him away. And Luffy tried to save Robin, tried to save Nami, tried to save as many of them as he could. At the end of it, he's literally banging his head into the ground, banging his hands on the ground. He's in tears because he couldn't save a single one of them. And Kuma looked right at him and goes, we're never going to meet again after this, and used his paw ability and just shot him right to Amazon Lily. Because Kuma was doing that to protect them. Because Kuma was part of the Revolutionary Army, and he was unfortunately undergoing experiments to change his body to more of a machine-like thing for the Navy so they could make the pacifistas. So because of that, he was essentially doing one last good deed, and that was, I'm going to save the Straw Hats because, I know Dragon, the Revolutionary, Monkey D. Luffy's his son, I'm going to save them. That's going to be my last good deed. The final act he did was he stood guard over the Thousand Sunny until one of the Straw Hat Pirates returned for 2 years. He took on every single opponent that came to try to take that ship and destroy it, thinking, we're going to take down Straw Hat Luffy, we're going to take down the Straw Hat Pirates, they're not going to have a ship anymore. And he stood guard and watched over that along with a few other ones until he ended up being the sole one. Then when Frankie showed up, he's like, oh great, I'm going to have to fight this thing. And all of a sudden, Kuma's like, mission complete. And he's battered, beat to hell, like one step away from being destroyed. And he's walking away like, I've succeeded in my mission. One of the Straw Hat Pirates has returned. I can now leave. The ship is in safe hands. And that's literally how they were reunited then, because then they all reunited on Sabaody. After 2 years, they reunited. And I was like, holy shit. But that's literally what happened. That was the entire concept of it. And it was just that interesting that, that's what happened. But there you go. So this is sort of similar to the Sabaody in a way, where they're separated. But now, in this case, instead of being separated around the world, they're separated on an island. Which is, first off, sort of more like Wano in a way, when they first arrived at Wano, because Luffy ended up being separated from the rest of them. So you had that little instance. But otherwise, not too shabby. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing like the gameplay of this. I mean, the last decent game I saw, at least gameplay-wise, was the one where it kind of took the events of the Sabaody reuniting arc and played it out where Luffy could take down the pacifistas. I think, what the hell was it? I think it was Pirate World. It was sort of like Dynasty Warriors in a way, like Dynasty Warriors engine was used in it, and it was really good. But yeah, this does look pretty good. I will admit that. Hopefully, it's not going to suck. Hopefully, it'll be really, really, really good. I don't know, but hey, worst case scenario, it might just be a rare miss, but it does look pretty good. Hopefully it won't suck, but I'm just a little bummed that you don't get Jinbei in this. But you get Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, and Brook. So you at least you basically get the cast of characters that we had at the Sabaody point. So that's not bad. As far as I'm concerned, it's basically, consider this discount Sabaody in a way. And I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Alrighty, everybody, that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I'd like to thank everybody for being here for the last hour or so. And don't forget, like I said at the start of the podcast, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I have a shirt shop up, trying to see if I can get that going. Maybe that might benefit me. Who knows? Let's see. Don't forget we have Patreon, patreon.com/webdesigner18. We have a Ko-fi page. Check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012. Shoot the shit with me over on Twitter, @TakeYourRoads. Come talk with me over on, just check out my Facebook page. Check out the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. That's about it. Don't forget, leave your questions for the April Q&A. I still have the 8 that I didn't do for March's because I didn't have the time to record it. And that's about everything I got. So until next time, everybody, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast, and I am out of here. Bye, everybody, and I will catch you next time.